Hello everyone, just wanted to check in with you guys. I actually just finished my Whole30 challenge. It was the first time I have ever gone paleo or cut out sugar, gluten, dairy, processed foods, protein powders. It was what about like a year ago I would have thought it was been impossible, absolutely impossible. But I did it. It's kind of crazy. For the first week or so, it was probably the hardest for me. You get to a point where your body is starting to convert energy from fat rather than your normal carbohydrate load, which is very normal for me as a runner. And that was probably the hardest part of the challenge. I was able to still do the Whole30 as I went to a wedding, I went camping, I went on vacation, and includes no alcohol actually, which I'm totally fine not doing. Like, wine is delicious and amazing, but it was a really good challenge and it really tested me. And I not only feel better by putting just whole food in my body for that long of time, but just showing that I can do it is just awesome. Because I was someone who was a total sugar addict, or addicted to sugar. Super addicted to sugar growing up. I've definitely had like a very unhealthy way of looking at food. I myself am an eating disorder. I am an ED recovered. I don't know how you best say it, but I once had an eating disorder and I'm recovered now. I know there's a more technical term for that, but that's why I really believe in whole nutrition and feeling awesome about yourself, whether that's working out or personal development or I don't know, whatever makes you happy. I just highly recommend doing that, unless of course it's harmful to yourself or others. But you know what I mean. So the Whole30 food is a little bit more strict than paleo. So I'm going to continue to move forward and actually continue and eat paleo from now on. So that would be, for me, compared to what I was doing before Whole30, probably cutting out this little bit of gluten I was eating, no processed sugar. So I'll be using honey in my oatmeal if I need it. I actually, after Whole30 and not eating any sugar, a banana sweetened in some pancakes or a banana in oats is like perfect. It's crazy. My obsessive sugar sweet buds now are super happy with just a banana. You would never thought that was, I would never thought that was possible, but it was. I'm gonna be moving forward eating paleo, which as a runner, you need those carbs. You need healthy carbs. So I will still be eating squash and sweet potatoes and bananas and apples and carrots and really delicious things like that. Which I'm super stoked for. I'm gonna have some really delicious spaghetti squash soup that I'm gonna make this week. I'm kind of uncutting to get a little bit of a cold, so I have really delicious citrus fruits that I'll be eating. So even with cutting out these type of things like sugar and gluten and dairy, which I've actually been dairy free for about 10 years now. So that's the easy part for me. I really don't. Cheese is like an afterthought. I don't really need it at all. Sour cream, no need that, especially with, I use almond milk and hemp milk as my two dairy sources. So I never really, yeah, doesn't really bother me, which for some people would be like, oh my gosh, I love dairy. And I used to be that way. I used to be dairy obsessed. So it's really about what you just teach yourself. I highly recommend to take baby steps, because I actually was eating a little bit of paleo before the Whole30. Some meals kind of intermittently, kind of playing with them, seeing what I like. So if you are interested in doing the Whole30, just awesome. You could go cold turkey, but you could also work your way into it too, and I'd highly recommend that, especially if there are a lot of big changes for you. Because Whole30 is something you actually commit to for 30 days. There's no like cheat meals or what I call YOLO meals, you only live once meals. I love balance, and that's why the Whole30 was a little bit difficult for me, but it really showed me what I can do and how it really empowered me that I can eat healthy and nourish my body for that period of time, which was awesome. So paleo moving forward, of course, if something gluten comes in my future, I think my tummy is slightly, I have been tested for celiac, so I don't have that. But if what was I gonna say? So, but yeah, gluten won't be, I don't know. I wouldn't say like I am fully allergic to gluten. I just have maybe a slight intolerance. My tummy does get a little like bloated and like gross feeling when I eat it. So I don't really, if I am training for a marathon again in the future, which I don't know when that will be, or half, I probably will put some type of heartier carbs in my diet. We'll kind of see, but right now I'm just training for like a trail race next weekend, which is funny because I don't really know the distance, but I'm super stoked. I'll be doing it with my running buddy, Wendy from college, and her husband, and it's a midnight trail run or something, or a late night. We'll be running around with headlamps in the mountains. It's gonna be awesome. Super stoked. The funny, like I said, I don't really know how far it is, so that one makes it a little bit more exciting. Let's see here. What else? I'm super stoked for that, and yeah, so I will just continue to focus on my whole nutrition, not eat sugar, things that like, I put a recent blog post up on Bright Blissful Bella, and it was about social eating and just how hard it is, because I love my family and friends, but my sweet father would try to hand me a donut while we were on vacation, and I told him like I just wasn't eating gluten, I wasn't eating sugar, I was super happy with it. I was eating some really delicious sweet potatoes that were awesome. So it's just hard because you don't want to like, I don't know, sometimes I eat to make people happy, or I feed people to make them happy. I think it's just the American way of life. We feed and we feast on vacations and holidays and birthdays. It's really tough, and I totally know people were like, well, I can't eat on my diet, or I can't eat healthy on vacation. You can, but sometimes it's really hard. When I was in New York, that eating like I ate majority healthy. I ate salads when I could, but there was just a lot of processed carbs in most meals because that was it was just easy to grab a sandwich, or there were some hot dogs involved. Like my tummy after New York was not happy, but I don't know. It's just, it makes it hard. Like, it definitely makes it hard, and I myself decided that on my friend's birthday this weekend, I was going to have wine, I was going to enjoy life. I could be super happy not having to drink wine or eating a piece of cake. I think I'd be just happy, but I truly believe in eating balanced, and I made it through, 28 days without eating any of that type of food, and I was super happy just this weekend having fun with my girlfriends and not worrying about it, and that's... Like, I've been told, like, oh, Rachelle's not eating that food, or Rachelle's not eating dairy, or I don't really want to attract attention, but it is really awkward. Like, at the wedding, all I could eat was a big pile, like a big green salad. That's all I could eat at the wedding. But the food was amazing. It looked amazing. I didn't have it. And I had some almonds in my purse and an apple. And so, it's kind of tough that, I don't know, I think it's always moving forward. I think it depends on what part of country you are in. Being able, like, social norms of eating healthy and different type of, I'm totally forgetting the word. Totally forgetting the type of word. When you have an intolerance to something, or allergy, that's the word, sorry. I'm a little tired. But when you have an allergy to something, like, that's... Most times now you can find almond milk substitutes for dairy-free. There's a lot of gluten-free things, but I know different parts of the country, like I said, are a little different. So that's when you reach out to someone for help, which I'm totally down to help people. If you are someone realizing that you have a dairy intolerance or a gluten intolerance, or you don't eat meat, there's still ways to eat healthy and whole, but you sometimes just have to be a little bit flexible. So, well, that's pretty much it. I'm sadly coming down with a little bit of a cold today, so I'm going to try to eat a lot of citrus fruits. I had some echinacea and some zinc, getting lots of sleep and tea. So my race is next weekend, so I hope I can beat it this week. That's my goal. But I hope you guys are having a great weekend and had a super exciting Sunday. But I will check in with you guys later.